I'm super excited about today's video because we're going to talk about how you can use an Evergreen webinar to generate cost-effective leads for your online coaching or course business that will turn into sales. Now, before we jump into the iPad and I show you how the strategy works, let's define an Evergreen webinar. And put simply, an Evergreen webinar is a pre-recorded video that lives on a website or landing page, and people can watch it regardless of what you, the presenter, are doing. This is different from a live presentation where people tune in at a specific date and time and watch you present live. Now, your Evergreen webinar can be something that you have filmed in a studio setting like what you're seeing with me here on YouTube, or it could be something that you presented live in the past and now have the recording of that past live presentation hosted 24/7 on a website. So let's jump into my iPad here and talk about how this strategy works and how you can implement it in your own business. So obviously this is all based around people watching our webinar, and for that we need a landing page where our webinar is hosted. Now, let's say that this box illustrates the landing page and we have our Evergreen webinar here with some other content and our headline up here at top. So when it comes to your webinar watch room page, this is where people will watch it. Make sure you have a clear headline right here and obviously have your video. We'll get back to this. But we need to first have people actually opt in to watch this page. So when you're sending your traffic, whether it's through paid ads or organic means, you will send them first to an opt-in page. So that's going to be another landing page, and we'll put opt-in. This is where you will have a strong headline about what the webinar is going to teach. So one of our high converting webinars for our course Micro Content Mastery says something to the tune of how we make 40K plus per month, producing 15 to 30 second long videos, and how you can do the same. And then you need to have a form that someone fills in right here where they would put their name and their email. You can ask for additional information. Just keep in mind that the more info you ask for, the lower your conversion rate will be. So we typically recommend only asking for the necessary information to get them into your funnel. Usually just name and email is good enough. So we then have some additional information like what they'll learn, maybe some student testimonials who have said that the webinar was beneficial, etc. I'll pop up an image of one of our high converting webinar opt-in pages here on the screen. So what happens is once someone fills out this form and gives us their name and email, they then get sent to that watch room page that we just talked about, and this is where they will consume the webinar. Now, a couple other things happen. When they opt in here, they're going to be sent a series of emails, and that first email is going to be a confirmation with an additional link to this watchroom page, because what happens is someone's browser could time out, they could get distracted. We want to make sure they actually watch. The second email that we typically will send is after 24 hours. They'll get an additional email with a replay link, right? And typically that will just send them to a duplicate of this page here, but it's going to be slightly different. So this will send them here. And then over time, they're going to basically just be put into our email drip campaign so we can stay top of mind, give them additional value until they purchase a product. So when it comes to this watchroom page, try to keep it simple. Just have a nice headline, have the video, and then have a call to action where they can get more information about your course. So when someone watches our webinar, it's 36 minutes, typically anywhere from about 20 to 30 minutes converts best in our experience. We then give a strong call to action towards the end of the webinar, basically saying, hey, if you found this valuable and you want to take it to the next step, we've put together a full course that covers X, Y, and Z, and you can click the button below to get an exclusive discount. So what we find converts really well is we have a timer on this page that counts down from, let's say the webinar is 36 minutes, so the timer may count down from 60 minutes, and they have 60 minutes to buy the course for $4.99 instead of $9.99. Then what we do is once that timer runs out, we have it automatically redirect to a different page where they no longer can get that deal. And that is why for this email here, that's 24 hours after, and we say, hey, just wanted to make sure you watched the webinar. If you missed it, you can catch the replay here. We send them to what is essentially a duplicate of this page, but it does not have that same one-time discount. It might have a different discount. So instead of being a $4.99, it might be something like a $5.99. Basically, we really want people to buy here. But that is how an Evergreen Webinar funnel works. It's super simple. Now, do keep in mind you need to have your tracking pixels, excuse my terrible handwriting, on these pages so you can actually track from your paid ads what your cost per acquisition or cost per lead is. So basically how that's going to work is your opt-in page will have its own URL, right? So this might be www.mywebinar-opt-in, and this page here would be something like www.mywebinar/watch-room, and you're just going to tell Facebook, Google, whatever your tracking software you're using is, or where you're running ads, that when someone reaches this page, then that converts as a lead, so you know what your cost per lead will be. But pretty simple and short to the point video. I'll link another video down in the description below if you actually want to get some of my proven plug and play templates for Kajabi, and you can just download those, plug those into your Kajabi account, and start running webinars right away. But without further ado, guys, that is it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.